Good morning, YouTube. Just took off from Yellowstone. Now I'm on my voyage home. And all I can say about Yellowstone is what a beautiful and epic place to go. It rained on us. Of course, you guys know this by now. It rained on us like crazy. Sleet, snow, you name it, we had it. Unbelievable. It's hard for me to believe that I left Tucson on a day that it was going to hit 105. And when I got to Yellowstone, there was a threat of snow in the air. And then, but that didn't deter us. The first day in Yellowstone, the entire group headed out, and we just really ran the loop and made sure that we stopped by and saw Old Faithful, watched the geyser erupt and all that good stuff. Sort of did the major tourist points. But at the end of that day, everybody was soaked to the bone. Not everybody was well prepared with gear, so we ended up retreating back to our cabins at the KOA outside of West Yellowstone. Then the next morning, the rain had set in even harder. I mean, it just rained all night long. It was still raining in the morning. But you know what? I only have a limited number of vacation days every year. And here I was, 1,200 miles from home. I wasn't about to just sit around in a cabin and not do anything. So I made something of it and got together with one of the other adventure bike riders there, and we set out. Had a great time in the park, took lots of pictures, got to stop and see a lot of the things that we didn't get to see when we were running to all the tourist destinations, and just had a blast. Had lunch down at Lake Yellowstone Cafe, and that place was ancient. It was just it was a wonderful time. And then came day 3. The weather finally broke after snow the night before, and we got to ride Beartooth Pass. Beartooth Pass is just unbelievably awesome. I don't think, you know, it took about 200 miles to get to Red Lodge, Montana from the KOA campground in West Yellowstone where we were at. And I can't think of a more, I don't know, there's just not a word to encapsulate it, a more awesome ride, a more awesome 200 miles to lay down than the 200 miles I laid down to get from West Yellowstone to Red Lodge, Montana. It was just unbelievable. What you guys didn't get to see was at the end of that day, when we were in Red Lodge, the group split up. Half the group went back over Beartooth Pass to go back to West Yellowstone. The other half of us decided to go north, do the highway. It's a little bit longer mileage, but it wasn't going to be quite as challenging roads. And because it was starting to rain again, we figured avoiding the rain and possible snow up in the pass was the safer option. And we couldn't have been more wrong. By that time, everybody was concerned for their safety. Most of us had expired our batteries on their GoPros with footage of Beartooth Pass. So we really didn't, I don't think anybody really had cameras to roll. And it was simply one of the most amazing storms I've ever been through, and certainly have ever been through on a motorcycle. Not typically the type of weather I would engage in riding in. A little bit of rain, I'll ride. Super, super cold, yeah, I'll ride. Super hot, well, obviously, look at Tucson. But this was, as Forrest Gump would say, sideways rain. And that sideways rain was bad. We were at 80 miles an hour and the wind immediately cut us down to 40 because the bikes were practically turned over on their side just to keep ourselves in a straight line. It was pretty hairy being on an interstate next to trucks and things like that. So we had to pull off and sort of wait out some of the storm, but by that point everyone who didn't have gear was soaking wet, and then the temperatures were dropping. Bottom line is we made it safely back to the KOA, but that day was a good 14-15 hours, most of it on the bike, and it was exhausting. It was exhausting because it wasn't just riding. It wasn't even this. This could be exhausting after 15 hours. This was working the entire time, and yeah, it was fighting the elements, trying to keep everybody's spirits up, but it all worked out in the end. I could definitely say Shawn Smoak and xxxdeadhead, myself, and Nick, those guys, Gabe, they're all awesome riders, I can tell you that. We were all in the same boat out there, and everybody ran it like a champ. They used their head, and we made it through because we had another 120, 130 odd miles to ride in 40-degree temperatures after they had gotten rained on. And you know, you guys probably know what that feels like. Some of you do. And then the treachery with the critters running across the road. So that's sort of a recap of what happened at Yellowstone, and you guys got to come with me on the journey up. I'm really just reversing the route that I took. So I'm just going to kick back now, let some time lapse, some photographs, and some B-roll sort of fill out the rest of the video, and you guys can enjoy my voyage home. And thank you for watching the videos. I hope you guys like the series. If you watched this series, or if you watched any of my videos and liked them, please give them a like, a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Tell other people about the channel, because you know, that's always cool to know that the effort I put into the videos is being accepted and enjoyed somewhere else. So thank you guys for watching, and well, enjoy the rest of the video. think before I looked at the dam when I crossed, going that way. I'll look out at Glen Canyon this time since I'm on this side. Yay! Everybody out of my way. Let's see what we can do for you. So there's the dam. There's the canyon. Ho, buddy! That's not easy to do standing up. Right hand look and then seeing, I don't know, 1,000 feet down.